Welcome to the full market analysis for the 17th of April. Hope you're well. We're in the New York session. Across the board, the markets are really quiet in terms of the Forex, but gold is on fire again and into profit and heading for target 23.99. So that should play out in the next few hours. One of the things I want to talk about with the price action chart, and lots of you have it now, so thank you very much for your trust. And so here we go. So once we see the price hitting convergence, convergence is where there is a number of events happening at the same time. So what we can see from here is that the price hitting this white line, which is the previous day's central pivot, which acts as support. We also see it hitting liquidity. Very easy to see. This blue block here is liquidity. This is where the big orders are waiting to get the price going. And of course, we have the trend channel as well. So what that happens there is as the price hits this area right in the middle, it takes the price much higher, heading for 23.99. Now you can, if you wish, if you've got the gold signals, you can take it to the previous high of 23.94, which is still a good reward. It's still 2.41 risk to reward and 118 pips. I've gone a bit higher because I think there is going to be a break shortly, and the price really doesn't want to go down at all, if you've noticed. So these shallow corrections indicate that there's going to be a big break, and I think something's happening in the background. This is definitely a safe haven trade. So congratulations to all the gold traders who have the price action charts. All the price gold traders that are on the gold signals as well. Onto the currencies now, and DXY in particular completely sideways. There's not much news coming out today to drive the US dollar. However, there is a swing low here which indicates further upside is likely, heading for 106.84. So stronger dollar in play. Yen futures has hit our target. I mentioned this yesterday, 65.34. We do have another target much lower at 63.73 now. So we do expect this price to go lower, which in turn, if it does, then in turn the yens will go higher eventually. Swiss franc futures, as we can see, is lovely correction here. You can see that this is what we call a swing high, and so therefore this is highly likely to roll over in the next few hours and do this. What this means in terms of correlation, this means that the Swiss franc pairs will be going up once this starts to roll over. Look out for those, really important. If you're selling your stocks, congratulations. If you're buying stocks, bad luck. We had a good run on the Dow, didn't we, for the last few months, and we had change of character up here, and therefore when we see red we sell, when we see green we buy. Our target's 37,348. Your stop is still the same, 38,505. Nasdaq exactly the same. This broke character, change of character yesterday or the day before, and so further downside moves are expected. You can move your stop now to 18,369, heading to 17,333. Don't forget, it's not just market analysis you're getting actual signals. Trade at your own risk, of course. You get the trailing stops and you get the targets. Trade at your own leisure or not, well, totally up to you. Hang Seng is down as well, following the Dow as to be expected. You can now move your stop to 16,687, heading for 15,204. Don't ignore these trends, guys, because they are highly powerful, and don't wait until they hit the target and say, oh, should have done this, should have done that. 50.36 is the target for the S&P 500, pretty close to it now, and then we'll see where it goes from there. It needs to break the structure here before we go short after that. DAX is looking a lot better. There is a support line here, so that's a better target, 17,516. and your trailing stop now has moved to 18,329. Silver, of course it's doing exactly the same as gold. One thing to remember, if you have a strong trend, you can ignore these liquidity zones for a sell. They have no consequence, they have no relevance whatsoever. These are much more interesting. See this green block here? That's liquidity. The price coming into liquidity, into a swing low. This is what you're looking for. Now, the volumes are very light, as I mentioned earlier, but nonetheless, this is what you're looking for. Gold heading for 2400 again, probably the next hour. So look out for that. Any break to the upside above 2430 is a break of structure to the upside. Another trading opportunity coming. Do not ignore these trading opportunities, guys. These are very, very powerful charts that give you the information that you need. So let's have a look at what you need. Even if you're not holding on to these positions and moving your stop every day, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you're not doing that, you can just wait for the swing lows and then buy here. Wait for the swing lows and buy here. It's a 4-hour chart, guys, so it's a no-brainer. Look out for those swing lows if you're not into trading for the long term. Euro dollar to the downside, got a lovely swing high here going into liquidity as we speak, and highly likely to go to 105.48 in the next 24 hours maybe. But this is what you're looking for. These setups are fantastic. So even though markets are quiet, so what? We've got some lovely swing highs to give you some trading opportunities. Pound, same with the pound USD. Inflation figures come out today. Not much reaction. Inflation's gone down slightly, but still going up at 3.2% per year. So we have now a new target of 12308. 12308. As long as it holds on to market structure, your trailing stops move now, by the way. This is what happens. The price might be doing nothing at all. However, the trailing stop moves to get you into a better position. 12542 is your trailing stop. Congratulations on the US yen, guys. Fantastic trade again. Heading for 155.07, not far away, and then on to 160.59. One of the reasons I say don't put a target on, I mentioned the targets out of choice. You don't have to use them, but you can simply just trail these trading stops until you get stopped out to maximize your profits. 153.55 is your trailing stop. 160.59 is your target. US Swiss is a little bit reluctant to go higher. However, I do like the look of this because this is a lovely swing low on a clear uptrend. So rather, it's the opposite to the euro dollar. So this is highly likely to grab in the next 24 hours and then move up. I'll post all of these in the Forex signal group once I've got clear liquidity and confirmation. I mentioned this the other day. The US yen does need to move up a little bit into this area here, and highly likely to do that in the next few hours before it sells off again, and your trailing stop will keep you safe. 64.94 is the trailing stop. 63.71 is the target. There's a support line there, you can't see it, for the first target. Kiwi, of course, doing the same thing, having a little bit of a correction going on before it starts to slide again, as long as the dollar, US dollar, continues to weaken. 58.10 is the target. US Canadian needs to pull back. There's definitely clear divergence here. Negative divergence. So that indicates that there's lack of momentum into the markets. So this is going to pull down, probably down to about liquidity zone here at 137.30 and then start to move up again. Nice trade. Swiss yen is the only yen that's trending. So if you want to wait for the swing, please do that. It looks like it needs to pull back a little bit, but if you're holding on to this trade, then 168.36 is your trailing stop and 171 is your target. We just have a flick around at the yens. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, nothing's going on with the yens. It's really strange. Very, very odd. Very unusual, we have to say. Once the yen futures falls, usually the yens rise. That's the correlation. We're not seeing any parabolic trends. And that's the powerful thing about the advanced pro charts. It keeps you safe. So you won't be trading anything that's not trending. So here we have the Canadian Swiss to the downside. I mentioned this yesterday. It's a little bit ambiguous. Have a look at the trend lines here. I'll highlight those. So here and here, I can't draw a straight line. However, we do need to see clarity in terms of those being broken first before we would even think about a short on this position. It is parabolic to the downside. Some of the Euro Swiss, have a look at this. This is holding on to support. So again, it's better to have the trade free from any support or resistance. And as I mentioned yesterday, the Aussie Swiss has no support. So it's a far better trade, isn't it? So Aussie Swiss is my favourite out of the Swisses at the moment. 59.17. Markets are doing strange things, it has to be said. But making lovely profits. So that's the important thing. New Zealand Swiss, again, holding on to this structure here at the moment. But we do have a target here. 52.60. So as long as it breaks this support area here in the next 24 hours, then it's going to go to 52.60. Don't forget the Aussie Swiss and the New Zealand Swiss do the same thing. Trading stop 54.36. Pound Canadian to the upside, holding back a little bit. 172.74 is your target, and your trailing stop is 171.17. That's it for the trends. Let's go back to gold, see what is going on. Yeah, this is looking okay. So best thing to do is to move your stop to break even. Let the trade ride. So if you enter down here at 23.81, then of course you're having a lovely profit. You're about 120 pips in profit. So 130 pips in profit. There you go. So by the end of the day, you may feel that 130 pips is enough and you wait for another day, or you'll allow it to go to target, which is the extreme, by the way, of 23.99. Have a great day.